Morning, Next Dev people. I'm in Melbourne this weekend speaking at a conference on, it's called High Res. It's alternative kind of investment methods. I say all around property, but the alternate isn't, what you do with the property. It's what you build, how you use it, how you configure it, what the social outcome is for those properties. So yeah, if you want any more info, hit me up. I'm happy to send you a link and you can go through and check out a webinar. Always interesting. If you do subscribe, you get to watch me on stage. That'd be great. Anyway, so I'm out for a run here around Albert Lake, and I thought I'd do a quick update on the townhouse subdivision site. Gosh, too many projects. That's how I like it, but it gets confusing. Especially ask my lawyer. I send her emails with the wrong subject on it sometimes. Anyway, so subdivision site. Talking about that. So it's a 1 into 7. I talked a little bit about the initial figures on my last video. Things have changed a little bit since then. I went for bank finance, and due to APRA regulations a while ago and now the very exciting Royal Commission changes that the banks are putting in preemptively after watching AMP get smashed, they wouldn't give me any finance, or at least the hoops were so many and so difficult to jump through that it was impossible. So I brought a JV partner on board. They're basically bankrolling it. I'm doing all the work, and my surveyor is coming in as a partner as well, so he's helping out. So yeah, that's kind of where that laid out. It looks like my original feasos and my idea of what the blocks would sell for were probably a bit too cautious, which is good. I'd rather be cautious than sort of overdo the figures and make the feaso look really good and then have nowhere to go. So the DA got lodged last week before, and the council assessed the DA, had a look at it, and they've decided it's pretty good, but they needed a couple extra details. One of the cheeky details they want is we've got little street frontages in 2 spots, technically a third as well, and they've kind of said to us, oh, there's a few street trees missing in the street, we'd probably like you to replace those. I'm like, so I went and had a look again. And I'm like, well, I can see where I can put one street tree in front of near one of my driveways. That's fine, I'm okay with that. The others are all in front of other people's houses because our block is all behind their houses. And they're like, oh yeah, we know that, but it's kind of near your block, so we'd like you to replace the street trees. So I went back and counted them again, and there are 4 in total missing, including the one I was going to do anyway. So I figure for the sake of 3 extra trees, I won't get a price on what they are, but for the sake of 3 extra trees, it's probably not worth discussing too much. Our council contributions are really reasonable, and so why fight them on a street tree? Like, there's no point. They're pushing back on my gravel driveways. Not that they're gravel, they're decomposed granite, and they're heavily compacted. And I really like that as a finish. I think it's really good. Water runs with it well. I can manage the contours straight into the gardens, so all the water goes into the gardens, which is really what I want. And I don't really want giant concrete driveways that reflect a lot of light and turn the place into somewhere that no one really wants to hang out. And bitumen, look, I could do bitumen, I could do hot mix, I can see how that could work, I can control the contours, I can edge it in, but it's just a lot of hassle. I like decomposed granite. I personally have it on my own properties. And I actually drove past a council car park the other day that had it, and they're telling me that 3 houses will have too much, 4 houses in one of them, will have too much traffic, so go figure. I may point out the council car park where they have it and see what they say. So, I'll deal with that driveway request, I'll deal with the street trees. One other thing was just about getting a piece of paper from the railway, because we're right near the railway, and just getting some permission from them so that our DA they're okay with our DA and just saying they're aware of it. So I'll meet those criteria. The other interesting one is just as I was lodging the DA, I got in touch with all the neighbours because I knew I had a few weeks to deal with any changes that I needed. So I went and did a letterbox drop and sort of said to people, look, hi, I'm developing the land near you. If I stuck to the planning scheme by the letter, I could put up to 20 blocks here. I don't think that's a very good development for you guys. I don't think that's a good outcome for anyone. And therefore, I'm doing 7. And that's, you guys just want you to be aware. So pretty quickly I was getting phone calls. My phone was ringing off the hook. Ended up having a meeting with them last Tuesday. And I can't say they're particularly happy about having a subdivision right over their back fence, but the reality is that land's going to go straight back on the market if I don't go ahead with it, and if I don't develop it, someone else is going to, and someone else will probably do a far denser development than me. I mean, we're doing really low density. Partially that's self-serving because I want to be in there, partially it's because I think it's a quality outcome for everyone, and it's a good way, it's a good economical plan as well. It makes good sense in a whole lot of factors. So yeah, I've got another meeting with them. What is it today? Sunday. So 2 days away, Tuesday. I'll meet with them again, and I've been thinking about the sort of concerns that they raised, and I've come up with a couple of things I can add in, which will hopefully make them a little happier. Hopefully, sort of show them that, you know, I'm willing to work with them. The thing is, are they willing to work with me? Because if I have to go through the council process of objections and going to the alderman meeting and all that slowing me down, it may end up leading to the process falling over and the block going back on the market. I really need this to go smooth, and yeah, so, you know, they may cause a situation where they end up with 20 lots on the fence, not 7. That'd be a bit unfortunate, but, you know, can't always tell people these things. So I'll do my best to push through in the next couple of days, get my DA back on the clock. So in our planning system we have a clock. Once you lodge the DA, it's fully compliant, you've paid your fees, the clock starts. Once anything kind of happens that's outside the council's control, which is almost anything, they stop the clock and then restart it again once that issue is met or dealt with. So the clock is at about 1 day at the moment, so I've really got to get back to it. But it's just a matter of the vendors being a bit more understanding and letting us extend the contract a little further. That's really the one issue we've got at the moment. So hopefully they're okay with that. That'd be really good. But it's looking like a really good project. Lots of money in it. Nice product. We've got really good designs for the communal gardens. Really great landscaper who I got recommended to by a friend of mine. Hi Freya, if you're ever watching this. And yeah, really happy with that landscaper. She's fantastic. Everything's ink drawn, pen and scanned. It's just really, really cool, and really, really good value too. So hey, if anyone's doing landscape design, they like native gardens and they want to use a local designer, I've got one for you in Lonnie. So yeah, my plan is to now put together a couple more joint venture deals. Another subdivision would be really good. I've got my eye on a couple of blocks. Maybe a little townhouse development, just a 1 into 3. So we keep the house at the front, build a couple behind. I've got another one that's a 1 into 6, or 1 into 7 actually, 6 builds that I'm kind of keen on. Possibly got a partner for that. And a communal residence too. We'd love to put one of those together in Launceston, have a be able to talk at these high-res events and go, see, this is what I've been talking about for years. This is a really great thing. Problem is I've had my money tied up in subdivisions for years, so I haven't done it. So anyway, joint venture partner for communal residence would be really good. I think Invermay, great location for it. If any of you, most of you are probably from out of town, Google Invermay, you'll see that it's a beautiful spot just across the river from the city. Yeah, communal residence would be good there. Anyway, I'll keep you guys updated. If you've got any questions, hit me up in the comments below. Subscribe somewhere around there. And yeah, let me know what you think. Thumbs up, thumbs down maybe, I don't know. See how you go. I'll talk to you people later. Check out the Instagram page for further updates as we go, and I'll do another video soon. Cheers people. Time for me to go for the rest of my run. Got about half a lake to run around.